everybody, welcome to the podcast, the Project Investigation Collaboration, brought to you by the Veritas Project. And as always, we are here with our gracious host and founder of the Veritas Project, Robert Wiki Bob Curtis.
That's me.
And I'm lead investigator Todd Boyer, and welcome to the podcast, everybody.
Yeah, welcome in.
So we're hoping you guys are digging the new camera angle.
Yeah, it's more of
a face-to-face type of thing.
Right.
So before we were looking up at you, because the chairs are lower, so we had to lower the camera.
But I did notice now that the camera's on the same level that the lights don't reflect my glasses anymore.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's kind of cool.
That's really nice. So, and we bought some fancy Rode microphones that we're going to start
Super
using.
Nice. Lapel mics.
They're lapel microphones and wireless and fancy schmancy. Yeah. And they've been hanging out in Lincoln, Nebraska for 3 days in the sorting center.
The fourth day.
Yep, today is the fourth day.
They haven't moved.
They said they were supposed to be here Thursday. When you ordered them, it said Thursday. Now, I got the case. I ordered the case that they,
right.
that they go into along with what we call the dead cats. They're basically the wind denoisers. And I have those.
Once again,
those are at my house.
Postal Service for the win.
Oh man, so that's kind of local news.
Yeah. We had a investigation last night. Went really well.
Went really well. We found out a lot of stuff as we were doing the investigation. We had a lot of stuff that didn't make sense.
Yeah.
As we talked to the owner, she showed up late. It was at her bar. She showed up late. She had things going on. So I don't mean late as in she was late. I mean she showed up late in the investigation.
Yeah.
Not she wasn't on time. But basically, she told us that everything we were finding related, and even showed us video of a previous paranormal group that came and investigated, and our stuff was lining up directly with the same thing that they were getting. And we had other things that once we heard some of the backstory of the building, lined up perfectly with the backstory of the building.
Yeah.
So it was a great investigation. I went through all my photos. I didn't get any photo evidence. I got one that could be a face, but it's not enough. In my mind, it's not solid enough.
Yeah.
So, I didn't get any. Did you get any?
I didn't get any pictures.
Yeah. Robin was currently going through hers.
There was a shadow thing that was in between, like where the bandstand and like the seats were, and I kept seeing it over and over again. And people on the live even said they saw it, but I could never catch a picture of it.
That's crazy.
So I would see it out of the corner of my eye and then try to snap a picture. And the motion-activated camera would turn around and look at it, too, at the same time. Yep. It was turning around and looking over there. But I couldn't catch a picture of it.
Right, because they have a motion camera that sat at the end of the bar and could look into the pool room and into, like, the main part of the bar.
Whenever
and it was motion-activated. So.
It would turn around and look at whatever the motion was. So I was being perfectly still so it would look away. And
right.
It was kind of...
But yeah, so it was a good investigation. Wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I got a couple EVPs that we'll play during the wrap-up video and see what you guys think of it.
Right on. Which will be next week.
Yeah.
We'll do that wrap-up investigation next week.
Yeah, because it was just this morning that we finished the investigation.
And we were thinking about honestly doing it today.
Yeah.
But I know Robin still had to go through a little of her stuff yet. Because it was Bob and I on the live, and it was 3 floors, and the floors were small, so we each took a floor.
Yeah.
And moved around a little bit. Bob was downstairs, then he was on the middle floor, and then I was downstairs and upstairs in the middle floor, and Robin was downstairs and upstairs.
Yeah.
So we all moved around a little bit, and Robin unfortunately wasn't on live, so she didn't get to but Robin had some great experiences, so Robin's stuff was so good, she's going to have to sit down and fully write out what happened, because it was some really good stuff.
Yeah, she almost got attacked at one point.
Well, she got warned of some impending doom, and but we'll save that till next week. So we don't want any spoilers.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we had that investigation, and so it was a good investigation. It was a fantastic investigation. I wish we could have got more, but I think what we got was awesome.
For 2 hours.
Yeah, for
we
a
got
2 hour
a lot for
investigation.
2 hours. Yeah.
So, good stuff, good stuff. So, today I was sitting at home. We went Ren Fair again today.
Mm-hmm.
Came home, I was chilling, and something came across my FYP. And it is the demon mirror owned by the Vatican.
Right.
They call it the demon mirror. And it is considered a class 3 demonic artifact. So it is up there.
Right.
So this thing is wild. And I got ChatGPT send me a bunch of information on it, as much as it could possibly find. And that is what we're going to talk about today. And Bob knows about it.
Yeah.
So he's like, yep, that sounds like a good thing. So Bob and I have always talked about how the Vatican is hiding things from us.
Oh, yeah. Acres of stuff.
They literally, we did the math one time, and they have 57 miles of books.
Yeah.
57 miles. If you laid the books out side by side, 57 miles of books. Mm-hmm. And most of those are in this high security area where nobody can get to them.
Yeah, where you have to be...
Not allowed to get to them.
You have to know... The authentication is so strict that you have to physically know the person who is on the other side. So it's not just like a authentication thing. Like
right.
the person on the other side has to vouch for you to let you in. So not only is it the blood vessels in your hand that it scans, and your retina, and then your passcode, which is then authenticated, but then the person on the other side of the gate has to authenticate you also. It is the strictest security. And some of the things that are rumored to be in there are wildly outlandish. And some of the stuff is so silly that they prove that it really is in there.
It's so silly that it's correct.
It's even funnier, right?
That's the wild thing.
One of the popes, when he was a child, had a pet elephant. And its corpse is in the Vatican Library.
And Bob knows a lot about the Vatican, and Bob has actually been through the classes.
The exorcist classes.
The exorcist classes.
Yeah.
So Bob is actually a church-certified exorcist.
It's a lay, whatever they call it, lay persons. Yeah.
He's not like up here, he's down here, but he's like the church recognizes Bob.
Yeah, I have the whole certificate and everything. So, I have all the books that they talk about.
Yeah. Which, that's a whole story in itself. Yeah. Somebody was like, hey, I can't do this. Do you want to do it instead? And Bob's like, hell yeah, I do.
Yeah, the head of the Holy Nicolean Church in like Tennessee, I think is where it is. Anyway, his number 2 bishop couldn't go, and he was like, I'll let anybody who is like interested in this stuff. And he was like, well, I know this guy, so he called me up and he's like, you got anything to do for like the next 3 weekends? And I was like, I mean, not really, but and he's like, well, here's this key. You go into this, like Zoom type meeting, and then they'll teach you this class, and it was eye-opening. It was some crazy stuff.
So there you go. Bob is legit. If we ever run across anything nasty,
I'll show you the books.
Bob's our guy.
Yeah.
So this mirror is described as perfectly black and absorbs light, and it appears almost liquid to those who gaze at it. And the conspiracy theorists claim it's framed in unknown metal with engravings of cryptic symbols. Now, they say it's perfectly black. It is said to be made of obsidian, which Bob has an obsidian scrying mirror right here in front of us. I had him grab it.
Mirror. There it is.
So there's an obsidian. You guys can see it, the reflection of our screen. You can see how clear that reflection is when Bob gets the right angle there. It's a perfectly reflective black scrying mirror. So there you go. You guys can see the reflection of our computer screen. So it's obsidian like that. And some accounts suggest the surface ripples or shifts when observed closely, as if it's alive. Mm-hmm. And legends state that inscriptions appear on its surface during certain nights or celestial events. Witnesses describe vertigo, nausea, or feelings of dread when standing near it. Certain stories claim faces or shadows appear that do not belong to any living person. And some reports say the mirror seems to absorb ambient light, leaving rooms unnaturally dark.
Yeah. I will tell you an insider's thing about the mirror. They call it, its real name is called the Holy Something Mirror of Floron, is what it's actually called, the demon mirror. And there's a whole ceremony to looking into the mirror. And you have to have a virgin male child has to hold it. And only that person who has been through all of the blessings can look into the mirror and then interpret what it is. And I've heard that if you even open the case and look at it, you will get vertigo instantly. Because of the way that something about the face, the way the way it's polished.
Well, they say that some of the symbols on the frame itself, they represent like lost angels and imprisoned spirits and things like that. So, there's, who knows where this thing came from even. I mean, we'll probably get into it here in this deep dive, but...
A lot of those artifacts that the Vatican keeps locked up is because there were shenanigans going on back in antiquity during the Crusades, and the Vatican got tired of hearing of all of this terrible stuff happening because of these things, so they would send, like the Templars and be like, go to this village in Germany and get this plate and bring it to us so we can knock this off. We're tired of hearing about this mass destruction caused by this stupid thing. Go and get it and bring it to us. So that's kind of the backstory of a lot of these artifacts, is that the Vatican was tired of hearing about it over and over again, about people finding, these flaming swords or whatever it is, shekels that burn through people's hands, and they're like, just go to this place, get the thing, bring it to us.
Home. And the biggest thing about this is, supposedly when you look into it, it actually shows you your own death.
Right.
Or it shows you a shadow version of yourself. So, it gives you unhuman, bad thoughts, basically. Also, the conspiracies claim the mirror can induce temporary possession in those who are sensitive to its energy. Legends state the mirror whispers secrets or offers forbidden knowledge to the observer. Some accounts describe personal fears manifesting as hallucinations visible only in the mirror. And certain witnesses report a draining of life force or energy while near the mirror. Now, for those Harry Potter fans... This is the basis for the mirror in the attic that is covered, that Harry can see his parents. That mirror is based off of this mirror. Yeah. So for you Harry Potter fans, there's a little bonus tip there. So other accounts describe a distorted sense of time when near the mirror, with minutes feeling like hours, and some reports claim the mirror can manipulate perception, making reality feel unstable. So this thing is a nasty, nasty thing. And the mirror is said to have influenced major historical events through hidden channels and secret consultations. Conspiracies claim it was used to guide Vatican decisions and manipulate outcomes during wars and political upheaval. So basically this thing has historical ramifications before it became part of the Vatican even. They say that alchemists and scholars and clergy disappeared mysteriously after encounters with it. I know there's one story where a clergy looked into it for 10 to 15 seconds, and he was never the same again. Like, whatever he saw was so off-putting that it messed him up mentally. So, now, legends suggest it survived fires, plagues, invasions, and why can't I say conspiracy theorists tonight? I just... claim it played a role in suppression of certain historic groups. So this thing is just a gnarly thing.
I know that one of the traits of the mirror is that it is a shortcut to speak directly with demons. So one of the things that people wanted it for, the people that were trying to keep it, out of the Vatican's hand because they didn't want it to be locked away, was that demons store caches of gold and jewels and stuff in hidden caves and things that only they can get into, as a part of like a bankroll for when the Antichrist comes. And if you have this mirror, you can force a demon to tell you where one of those caches is.
So I'm sure this made it around through the heads of state in, old medieval times or whenever this thing came to be. And the thing is, where did this thing come from? I'm not seeing anything in here on where this thing actually came from.
I think they believe alchemists made it originally.
So, I mean, like I said, we've got a ton of information. I hate when it repeats itself, which it's kind of doing tonight.
Yeah.
But where did it come from? Who made it? Who created it? Where did all these symbols come from?
Yeah.
Well,
and that's kind of a thing that I talk about a lot too. Is like the genealogy of manuscripts. So, like, if you see an artifact and it has like demon names or angel names on it, knowing the pronunciation and the time frame of that gives you kind of a provenance as to who might have been involved in creating it. So, if you could actually see the mirror and see what names are written on it, and maybe if they have sigils, that'll give you kind of a roadmap as to who actually made it or what time it was made.
And there's some accounts that say that you feed this thing with blood or you feed it with actual incantations to amplify the power. And they say it can alter reality when used in specific ceremonies. So once it got into the Vatican, I mean, it was never used for many ceremonies unless the Vatican's doing shady stuff. Doing it, right. Right? We never trust the government anyway.
There's stories that the Pope has used it. Every single Pope has used the Mirror of Floron for consultations, like to check to see if they're on the right path.
And they're even saying there's claims of it being used for exorcisms that were even beyond what the clergy could pull off on their own.
Yeah. And so what they're talking about there is like how demons are trapped in
mirrors, right?
Yeah. So you can use a scrying mirror, and then like a person that is possessed will look into the scrying mirror and see the demon, and then you basically trap the demon in the mirror and then free him. So that's where that one.
So if you guys have ever seen the movie Constantine,
yeah.
If you haven't, you're doing yourself an injustice. That's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Constantine actually pulls a demon out of a girl, traps it in the mirror, chucks the mirror out the window.
Right.
So
that's the long and short of it.
That's the long and short of it, right? So basically it pulls the demon in and traps him. Yeah. And this is the Demon Sucker 5000. So This is above and beyond your standard mirror. This thing is high-powered, demon pulling stuff for exorcisms.
Well, because the glass is from volcanic obsidian, so it's from the inner earth, the fire regions, so it has that connection.
They're even saying that it could possibly amplify psychic abilities in some people because the way it affects the brain when people look at it and whatnot. So this thing could be all kinds of out there. Legends claim it can store or capture the essence of spirits temporarily, which would go with the Constantine thing.
That's what we were saying, right?
So, those who have allegedly seen the mirror describe terrifying visions, voices, and feelings of being hunted. Conspiracy theorists claim these effects are common among anyone who approach it. And that's what I was talking about earlier. The one clergy looked upon it for 10 to 15 seconds, and it just messed him up.
Right.
So, people say they see shrouded figures in it. Others claim to hear chanting or whispers when no one's present. Certain stories describe personal secrets being revealed in the mirror. Legends suggest that repeated exposure can cause obsession or compulsion. Well, yeah, the demons are going to use whatever they can to suck you in.
Right.
So, there you go. Conspiracy lore asserts that prolonged contact can permanently alter one's perception of reality.
I can see that.
I could definitely see that too. So, modern sightings and leaks. Recent conspiracies claim the leaked photos and whistleblower testimonial hint to the mirror's existence in secret Vatican archives. Well, obviously it is there because,
it's cataloged, right?
Right.
So it's in there.
So some say that renovation, workers have seen shadowy figures or heard strange voices. Legends say the mirror emits a natural glow, visible only under certain conditions. Speaking of renovations, we'll go down a rabbit hole here. They're doing renovations on the bar that we investigated last night. So they've had a stir of things going on. So
that place is pretty active.
So,
but I wasn't expecting a whole lot.
I wasn't either. I didn't go in expecting a bunches, but it came out awesome.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Connection to other artifacts, conspiracy theorist. Why can't I say that tonight? Holy crud. Claim the mirror as part of a broader network of occult and mystical artifacts. Now, that I believe that's a good possibility, because if you're making one badass mirror, wouldn't you make a bunch of badass other things to go with it?
Oh, yeah. If you had that power, right?
Right. If you're going to use the mirror for ritual, why wouldn't you make a wand that goes with it, or a dagger that goes with it, or other ritualistic items?
And back in antiquity, they used to use sword blades as a scrying device. So they would take executioner swords after they had been used, and they would polish one side of it, and then use that as a scrying tool. So that makes sense.
Some claim it's even the central to a hidden network of spiritual energy in the church. Others whisper it's a twin mirror lost to history. So, when one person looks into it, it's the first cell phone.
Yeah. Or like the twin mirror, kind of like we talk about the quantum entanglement.
Right.
Like the other mirror is in hell, and then this one is in the Vatican, so they can look at it and have like a
little conference call.
Calls. Yeah.
Hey, Beelzebub, what's going on today? Oh, that's too wild. So there's a lot of different stories about this mirror. Guys, definitely go down the rabbit hole of checking this thing out. Unfortunately, what we're looking at here, when we do this research, we do ask ChatGPT to pull stuff up, but sometimes it repeats itself, and it seems to be repeating itself a lot.
Yeah.
So, there are a few other things in here that it allegedly curses people if it's misused, and some say those who attempt to photograph it, the photographs disappear from records or history. Others claim it can mark someone for ongoing misfortune.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to this mirror. There's a lot of stuff going on with this mirror. But go down that rabbit hole yourself. Dig deep into it. Take a peek at it. There's a lot of stories out there. The stories that I actually heard today are not on here.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. They're talking about the mirror.
No.
Yeah. So they're talking about the mirror in the TikTok chat. So sorry, this is a shorter one this evening. Unfortunately, sometimes that happens. We get into a subject and there's not as much as we hope to cover. But we do like to cover all the strange and interesting things, because you know how we roll. If you've been with us a long time, we like to scratch the surface and get you guys interested.
Do your own research.
Let you guys go out and do the research on it. Get you interested in it, because that's the way we build this thing. Come up with your own conspiracy theories. Come up with your own things, the way things work. So.
I will tell you that there's not just one of these mirrors. So the Muslims have one too.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's kind of like a one ring to rule them all type of situation. One for the Elven Kingdom, one for the humans.
I do know that there are at least two of them.
Dude,
out there.
What if Tolkien used the mirrors as inspiration for the rings, and instead of the races having the rings, the religions have the mirrors?
Yeah.
There you go. There's a new conspiracy. There's a rabbit hole you can jump on down. Hop your little bunny butt right on in there.
Yeah.
So, we always like coming up with new interesting stuff.
Right.
So
maybe something will happen in the news, and then we'll be ahead of the game.
We'll be ahead of the game again. Something will happen with this mirror, and boom, we're ahead of the game. Yeah, I saw you did a short about us being ahead of the game on the Peruvian aliens, and it got a bunch of likes so far.
Yeah.
So that was kind of nice. So don't forget, guys, our partnership with Dubby. If you're an energy drink drinker, Bob's got his right there. If you're an energy drink drinker, check out Dubby. It's a clean energy drink. Mm-hmm. It's tasty as heck.
Yeah, it's really good.
You need a lot. It has a lot of flavor. The scooper's like tiny, but it's more than enough flavor.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. They don't put any extra chemicals or any extra dyes or anything like that into it.
They use coffee bean extract.
Yep.
So you're not jittery like with chemical caffeine.
Right.
It's a natural form of caffeine.
That's good stuff. Yeah. So Bob's going to put that card right here. And if you look right there, it says use the word whole truth, all one word, to get 10% off. And, give it a try. Just check it out. They have a lot of deals where you get the shaker and your first bottle or jar. And they actually have energy drinks, rehydration drinks. They have a few different things. Mm-hmm. So definitely check that out.
And they have ones that you add to milk now.
Really?
Instead of just the ones you mix with water. Yeah. So they have like a s'mores.
Oh, that's right.
One. They
that's
have
right.
Cookies and cream flavored one.
So there you go.
It's good stuff, man. I'll tell you.
So get you a good yummy drink in the morning instead of hot coffee. So also, I know that the postcards made it out to everyone this week. I had a couple people tell me that they get the picture of the mail that's showing up in their mailbox. Mm-hmm. Robin's in town still, but she showed me the picture that she got hers in the mail. So the cards should be out there for you guys. And if you're new, the postcards that we're talking about, if you join our Patreon at the 0 level, we put you in the frame at the back of the podcast with everybody's name in it. You choose what name you want to put. We put your name. You're immortalized with us forever. Yeah. Right? Well, for as long as YouTube keeps our videos up, anyway. Right. If you join the $5 membership, we send you a postcard. Bob and I sign it. Angie writes you a nice note because her handwriting's better than ours. Yeah. And it's a postcard collector's item kind of thing, and eventually, maybe someday, if we make it, you could be like, look, I knew these guys before they got famous. Right. It's a possibility, but it's a cool thing if you just want to support us. We really don't make any money off it. By the time we buy the postcards and ship everything out, we don't make anything off of it. It's just something for you guys that want to support us.
All of it's a big loss. But
right.
But it's fun.
But if you want actual merch, this is actually one of the old shirts. It's actually coming apart, but it's one of the old shirts. If you want merch, go out there to Printify, and it's the Veritas Project at Printify. So
you'll see the green logo. You'll see all our
stuff. You'll see the logo, cups, shirts, anything like that you guys want. Yeah. We also do the special edition stuff. So if you really like the postcard cover, the month we send that postcard could also be bought as a T-shirt. Yeah, or a sticker, or a cup, or whatever if you really like it. And
then
this
next month that'll be gone.
Yep. And then we also do specials too, which when we have our annual meet and greet, there's ones that you can only get by coming to the meet and greet. We leave them open for those special people to order. Now, we do have an update on the meet and greet since we're talking about this. Yeah. We have found an insane asylum.
That's awesome.
An hour outside of St. Louis.
That's awesome.
That does private overnight tours. Yeah. And I do believe they have lodging. I left them a message on Friday, I believe it was. Excuse me, I got a little tickle. Left them a message waiting for a call back. I don't get a call back, no big deal. I'm going to email them. We've got till August of next year. Yeah. So this may be our new place because the Lemp kind of hosed us over after telling us that, that we're going to...
That's all right. We went there, 2 years in a row. So we can go do something else.
We can go do something else. So hopefully we can get in this place. It's a really, really big place. Yeah. And
it's part of a bigger
complex.
It used to be. And then some of the buildings are torn down and they're just the foundation, but the main part of the hospital is still there. And it looks exactly like you would hope.
Oh yeah, it looks haunted.
It's fallen in on itself and dirty and all jacked up, and
it looks like a great place for an investigation. It really does.
I'm there.
So that's what we're going for, and so with that being said, we don't have to do the first Monday of August. Yeah, we're going to see what they say. It may be the first Saturday in August. So that way makes it easier for people coming in from out of town or whatnot.
Or we could switch it to a month where it's not so hot.
We could do the first Saturday, October. Well, the reason why we do it in August is before the kids go back to school. Oh. So people can, do a vacation and figure things out like that. That's why we were doing it in August. So we got that.
I ain't got no kids.
So... That's why we chose that originally. That was a conversation we had a long time ago. So also, don't forget to follow us on Discord. Look us up on Discord. Check us out.
You can chat on there all the time. Then you can just start.
Got any questions for us? Throw it out there. Thread. Yep. if you have a suggestion for the podcast, if something crossed your path and you think it's a neat topic and you want to share that topic, share it with us.
Yeah.
Send it to the Real Veritas Project at gmail.com. Shoot us an email if you have any kind of paranormal experience or Bigfoot, cryptid, UFO, any kind of experience that you have. Send it to Bob at the Real Veritas Project at gmail.com, and we'll if you send us enough, we'll make a whole podcast about it. We'll talk about it. We don't have to mention who you are. We'll keep it totally anonymous. But, we'll simply say, somebody sent us this, and
here's their story.
Here's their story. And so if you want your own story to be immortalized on a podcast, there you go. So let's see. Check out Bob on all those other social medias, RS Curtis 73 at Gmail at all most of the other socials, Instagram, which we got that blue check mark now.
Yeah,
so
how about
there
that?
we go. How about that stuff? Guys, if you're watching us on YouTube, only 97% of you do not subscribe to us. 97% of our viewers do not subscribe. So please subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything. Like, comment, share, ring that notification bell. And if you're watching us here on TikTok, make sure you follow. If you're new, follow me and Bob. That's me down there. That's Bob up there. Follow us on TikTok. We do put out different content sometimes, and we always do our investigations live. So that means that Monday morning, Bob will be live on TikTok for all you TikTok followers to edit the podcast. And then next week, the podcast will be about the investigation we had last night, and we have 2 hours of TikTok live video that will be posted on YouTube for you guys to go back and watch the investigation and see if we missed anything. Yeah. We encourage you to watch it on YouTube again, because then it's not on your phone and you can blow it up and put it on your TV.
Yeah, put it on the big TV.
Put it on the big TV. Tell us if we missed anything. Put your headphones on. Yep.
Listen to all the stuff.
So, thank you for joining us, guys. It's funny because it gets about this time and that camera starts heating up for something.
Yeah.
So, but once again, thank you guys for joining us on behalf of Bob, Angie, Kay, Robin, and myself. We appreciate you guys following us and enjoying our content. And remember,
stay curious
and find the truth. And we'll catch you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
See ya.